Okay, let's talk about AI in healthcare. For a while now, it's felt like all hype, but things are getting real. We're moving beyond just digitizing records and into an era of actual intelligence. The vision for, say, 2026 is that AI becomes this silent partner for every single clinician. But, to get there, we have to focus on tools that actually deliver value, that we can scale up responsibly, and most importantly, tools that we can trust. So let's see how that's actually being done.
This quote from Greg Samios just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly frames the whole conversation. On one side, you've got this incredible, almost unbelievable power to make things better. And on the other, you have this massive responsibility to be careful and ethical about how we roll it out. Navigating that balance, that's the real challenge we're digging into today.
So where is AI making the biggest splash right now? It's probably not where you think. It's not some sci-fi application. It's tackling a very real, very human crisis that's happening as we speak, clinician burnout.
Now, that might sound a little dramatic, but it's not an exaggeration. The data is clear. So many doctors and nurses now spend more of their day documenting care than actually providing it. And that crushing administrative load, it's a huge driver of burnout, which of course can lead to mistakes and just lower quality care for all of us. It's this huge systemic problem that technology is, finally, in a position to help solve.
And here is that solution. It's a technology called Ambient Clinical Intelligence. Just picture this. A doctor is just talking to their patient, having a normal, natural conversation, but in the background, an AI system is listening, and it's smart enough to pick out the important details and automatically format them into a perfect clinical note. It's basically an AI scribe, just silently working in the background, lifting that massive documentation burden.
And this isn't just some theory. The results are already here, and they're measurable. Look at this chart. Tools that are out there right now, like Nuanced X Copilot, they're already cutting note-taking time by 20%. And that pajama time, the after-hours work doctors do from home, that's been slashed by a whopping 30%. That is real time given back to the doctor and to the patient.
The key thing to get here is that the best AI is totally invisible. It's not about the tech itself, it's about what it enables, which is restoring that human connection. Instead of staring at a computer screen, the doctor can actually look at the patient. But, and this is the most important part, the human expert, the doctor, always has the final say. They review and sign off on that note, ensuring it's accurate and that they are accountable.
Okay, so let's build on that idea. We've tackled the paperwork, but what about diagnostics? Well, AI is quickly becoming this indispensable partner there too. And again, the goal isn't to replace the expert. It's to augment them, to give them a second set of eyes that's incredibly fast and never ever gets tired.
This really breaks down how it works in a field like radiology. So, step 1, you get a scan. An image is taken. Then, in step 2, a tool like ADOC scans it in real time. If it spots something critical, like say a brain bleed, it immediately triggers step 3. That scan gets flagged and shot right to the top of the human radiologist's to-do list. See? The AI isn't making the call, it's making sure the sickest patient gets seen first. And this isn't just for radiology. The applications are exploding. We're seeing these incredibly powerful models from places like Google DeepMind that can spot signs of eye disease from a retinal scan just as well as a specialist can. Or they can analyze mammograms to find breast cancer, and here's the kicker, with fewer false positives. These are amazing support tools that are just making diagnostics better all around.
All right, let's switch gears for a second. From the clinic to pure scientific discovery. And to really grasp the scale of what's happening, I just want you to look at this number, 200 million. What in the world of biology could that possibly be? That's it. That is the number of protein structures predicted by Google DeepMind's AlphaFold. For half a century, figuring out the 3D shape of even one protein was this monumental task. It could take years in a lab. AlphaFold basically solved almost all of them in one go. Now, this isn't something you'll see in the clinic today, but it is fundamentally changing the drug discovery of tomorrow. It's compressing research timelines from years down to just a few months. It's incredible.
Okay, so we have these amazing tools for paperwork, for diagnostics, for research, but like we said at the start, with great power comes great responsibility. And that brings us to the biggest hurdle we have to clear, building the guardrails. This is the governance gauntlet that every single healthcare organization has to run through to safely get to that promise of 2026.
And a huge concern here is the rise of something called shadow AI. This is basically when doctors or nurses who are just trying to be more efficient start using public AI tools that haven't been approved or checked by their hospital. And this creates massive risks for patient privacy, for data security, for accuracy. It's exactly why having a formal governance plan isn't just a nice idea, it's an absolute must.
And the clock is absolutely ticking.
Just look at this timeline for the EU AI Act. Regulation isn't some far-off idea anymore. By August 2026, very strict rules for what they call high-risk AI systems, and yeah, that includes most things in healthcare, they become fully enforceable. That means organizations need to get their act together right now.
So, what does good governance even look like? Well, it's all built on these core principles of responsible AI. You have to ask the hard questions. Is the system fair? Is it transparent? Who's accountable if something goes wrong? Does it protect patient data? Is it secure? And the big one, is there always meaningful human oversight? This is the checklist, the essential framework for building trust.
So if we can get through that governance gauntlet, if we can harness this technology the right way, what does the future actually look like? Let's put it all together and paint a realistic picture of the superpowered clinician of 2026. The next big step is what you could call the AI patient record. We're moving beyond AIs that just do one thing. We're talking about integrated platforms like XSolus that create this smart, holistic view of a patient. These systems can look at real-time data to actually predict clinical risks before they happen, and they can surface the most important information right when a doctor needs it.
And I think this quote just says it all. It perfectly captures the whole point of this transformation. AI's true purpose isn't to replace our intelligence, it's to free it up. It takes over the routine, data-heavy stuff, and that lets our amazing doctors, nurses, and researchers focus on the really hard stuff: complex problem-solving, empathy, and making those big strategic calls that only a human can.
And that really leaves us with one final, crucial question. For so long, a doctor's job has been about managing just insane amounts of data. So when AI takes on that burden, that cognitive load, what does it free the doctor up to master? Maybe it's the art of medicine itself. The listening, the connecting, the actual healing. And that is the real promise of an AI-powered future in healthcare.